Hey guys, Mike Grady here. Day number 23 of the ClickFunnels challenge. Yesterday we talked about the core strategy of building out our funnel, which of course is traffic, squeeze page, sales page, one-time offer. Okay, so what I'm going to do over the next couple of days is we're going to skip the traffic portion. We're going to do that a couple days from now once we actually have the funnel built out. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the squeeze page and what exactly is a squeeze page. So a squeeze page is just taking your offer and squeezing it down to the basic information to get people to give you their name and email address. That's it. Just to create the idea and impression that you have something valuable that they want so that they will exchange their contact information for you. So as we remember from yesterday, the whole process of creating a funnel is to create a lead, and then second, create a customer. So how do we actually create a lead? That's with a squeeze page. So way back, 5 years ago, people had websites, and of course, to get people to leave information, marketers came up with the idea of having a pop-up. So you would come in here to your website, and then from the website, then we would have all these different things on it, different buttons, different products, different things. All these things were distractions, but if somebody tried to leave the website, then what would happen is a pop-up would show up, and it would just ask for name, email, and they could submit it that way. And what ended up happening is those are very annoying. Everybody in the world hates them. So what ended up happening is Google, Chrome, and Firefox, and Microsoft with Internet Explorer all came up with pop-up blockers. So pop-up blockers are not even available to us anymore. So that went away. So what did marketers do to respond to it? Well, what they did, and I don't know who invented this, but whoever did was just a genius. But bottom line is, instead of providing people a whole bunch of choices and a whole bunch of things that can distract them, what we want to do is make it as simple as possible, and that's what a squeeze page is. Taking all of your information for your products or services and squeezing it down into just the information to get people to leave us their first name, last name, email address, and maybe in today's day and age, cell phone numbers, because people like to get text now. And the vast majority of people, over 60% of the people online, are surfing on a mobile device. As a matter of fact, one of my campaigns where we're actually giving away an anchor system every month this year, we actually are running Facebook ads, and I looked at the metrics yesterday of the results from January. 99% of the people that saw our interviews and the podcasts were on a mobile device. So pretty much everybody on Facebook is on a mobile device. I think like 2% of the people were actually on a desktop. So that being said, people are coming here, and if you have a ton of information, if you're running ads, if you're having content and you're driving it to a website that has a whole bunch of information on it, a lot of pictures, a lot of text, a lot of things to do, not only is it distracting, but it also takes forever for that website to load. So what ends up happening is, if you take a look at the demographics of how people surf the internet today, if they spend more than 3 seconds waiting for a website to load, boom, they're clicking off and they're going somewhere else. People's attention spans, because of social media, and it's a phenomenon over the last 10 years, is their attention spans have shrunk to about 3 seconds. A goldfish is about 5 seconds. So you got to have a simple page, which is our squeeze page, that gives people the ability to come in and just get basic information so we can capture their information. So what we want is, in a squeeze page, is to just have one page and make it really, really simple. So as we talked about in previous, when we're creating content and when we're creating offers, is we want to have, first is we want to make everything as simple as possible. So we don't want to have a lot of things going on this page. And the reason why is we want the load to be super quick, and we want people to understand there's one concept. Here's this valuable thing. We're going to trade this valuable thing for your first name and your last name and your email address and your cell phone number. I sometimes make it optional, but the more and more more valuable the product is. Like, we actually give away a $250 anchor system. We require people to give us their cell phone numbers. The reason why is if we can't get a hold of them via email, which of course, if they have never received an email from us before, when we email them, it might go into spam. So we actually text people or we call them on the phone so we can actually find out where to actually ship the product that they want. And for $250, most people will actually give you their cell phone number. So that being said, we want to keep this page as simple as possible. And then second is we want to make sure that people don't get a whole lot of information about what's on this page. All right, we want to keep the curiosity level high. So if they come here and they're like, "Oh, I've got this problem. Here's a solution. I know exactly what that is." They don't leave you their information. So what you want to do is you just want to keep the page simple and make sure that your headline and your subheadline and the picture and the opt-in don't give a lot of information. Just make it so the people go, "Yeah, that sounds like something I want to know about. I'm not sure what it is, but I will go ahead and put in my information just to find out what it is." So keep the page simple and of course keep the curiosity very high. So now we want to talk about the basics, which of course is how we structure the page. And of course, with every offer we have a hook. Every offer, every page has a hook. Then we have a story, and then we actually have the offer. So every page we use has those three components: hook, story, offer. And of course, the hook could be in the headline, the hook could be in the subheadline, the hook could be the image. Same thing goes with the story. The story could be in the headline, could be in the sub, it could be in the image. So a real simple way to take a look at this is you want to have a headline up here, some sort of headline, and then underneath that we can put in the subheadline, which the headline can be the hook or part of the story. The subheadline could be the hook or part of the story. For ours our hook is, how would you like to catch one more fish? See, the thing about it is fishermen are always looking for the tool to help them catch one more fish. Because what we found is if you have one fisherman in a boat, you have a fisherman. You have two fishermen in a boat, you've got a tournament. Now, if you're actually in a tournament, you're looking for a competitive advantage. So our hook is, how would you like to be able to catch one more fish? And the way that you do that, we do that with the headline is register to win a free dig and anchor system, which is a pole style anchor, very helpful in tournaments. So now we've got hook and story. And then to make things a little more curious is we have a photo in here of a person with a large bass or a large redfish or a large crappie, whatever market we're targeting, because believe it or not, all three of those markets are completely separate markets. Freshwater guys going after bass do not fish saltwater. Saltwater guys that are in the FLW redfish tournament, they are not going after freshwater fish. And crappie guys, that's a whole different marketplace. For the people up in the central part of the United States, when they're on fresh bodies of water going after a specific species. And they generally don't cross over. So that's why our messages have to be different for each one of those markets, those sub-niches. And what we have found is, again, to make this simple and to keep the curiosity high, if you put a video in here, you will cut your opt-ins in half, okay? Or worse. So what we want, again, is to make it simple, is we just want to have a photo, and that photo generates curiosity about, I'll get this result if I get this product. So it makes people want to come in, and of course come in here to this box, which of course is put in their first name, put in their email address, and then actually hit submit. Okay? Now, what a mistake that a lot of people make is they start putting in a lot of other information in here, bullet points and things like that. That's a mistake. We should not do that. What we put in here for our offer is we just put in a little banner. We tell people when the drawing is, because of course, if people are coming in and they want to enter a drawing, they don't want to enter a drawing that's going to get picked next year. Okay? They want to know if I give you my information, when am I going to find out if I won or not? So we actually put a banner in here that tells them what day we're actually going to draw it. And then down here, we actually put in the winners from previous months. So we just started this program in 2019. So I have a picture of the winner from January, because we're doing this in February, this video. We have a picture of the person who won in January, his name, where he's from, and of course, a favorite fishing saying from him, because of course that's part of our program, is to find out a little bit more about the people that win our products. So that being said, what we'll do is, as the months go on, we'll actually put in the people that actually win the product. Because how many times have you gone online to enter a contest and you don't know if anybody actually wins? So what this is down here is we let people know when the drawing is, and we let people know that people actually win. So those things are very simple. It's only 2 pictures. And of course, let me make this point, is when you're putting in photographs, you don't want to use PNGs, because PNGs are very big files. What you want to do is you want to use JPEGs. JPEGs are very small files. Again, why are we doing that? So that when somebody comes on a mobile device, that page loads up very quickly within 3 seconds. So this is how we structure an effective squeeze page. And again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get people to opt in so that we now have them on a list and we can start sending them emails to offer them products that we have on our sales page going forward, and then of course our opt-ins, and to keep following up with them, because we know, and this goes back for hundreds of years, is if we take a look at how people buy things, from the time somebody discovers who you are, you need to contact them some way or touch them a minimum of 6 to 8 times before they're ready to make a decision to buy your product. It's called the sales cycle. So again, we come up with an effective squeeze page, and then we can follow up with them as long as they stay on our list. So that's how we put together an effective squeeze page. If you want to follow this entire series that I'm doing in the One Funnel Away Challenge, or if you want to get more technical information about how we make this happen, I'm going to provide you a link below. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.